never did I have anything, not one single intention of going to school and I'm going to go to school and I'm going to open up a medical spa and I'm going to do Botox and fillers. No, that was not the plan, you know?
What's up, guys? We're back at the Best of Midland Texas podcast, where we interview small business owners, entrepreneurs, and personalities. I am your host, Ryan Shewchuk, and right here to my right is my gorgeous wife, Terra Avery.
So gorgeous.
The best part of this podcast, as far as I'm concerned. We've got a fantastic guest today, and she got the memo that we were all supposed to dress alike.
Today we have Chrissy Bailey. She is the owner of Touch of Sass Med Spa here in Midland.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being able to make time. I know you were recently out of town watching your son's football game.
I was.
You're a big football mom.
I am, and my voice may be a little crazy.
That's right. You were probably
part of it.
That's
I was
right.
cheering my heart out.
So, Touch of Sass. So
Yes.
that is a med spa. They're obviously super popular these days. How long has Touch of Sass been in business?
So 3 years in October.
Oh, what are you doing for your anniversary?
Well, usually we do like some little kind of celebration, you know, and discounts and food and drinks and all that kind of stuff. So end of October 26th is when we're doing our 3-year anniversary.
Okay.
celebration.
I mean, you're right. That's right up
Yeah.
on Halloween. Are you doing any costume? Can we come in costumes?
I mean, if you want to, you can. We really do. We try to do like a theme every
Okay.
year, right? But we never have done a Halloween theme. I don't know why. We should.
Do y'all do BBLs? Because I need one for my Halloween costume.
Kind of.
What's a BBL?
It's basically it's kind of giving your butt like a little plump. So the typical BBL, right? Like you're sucking out your fat with liposuction, and then you're just re-injecting it into whatever area that you want. In this case, your butt. We don't really do that because I'm not a surgeon and I can't like do liposuction.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, I know.
A Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah, Brazilian butt lift.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I
that's
get
what
it.
I'm sorry.
All
I
right.
should have said
No,
BBL,
I get it
Brazilian
now.
butt lift.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I've seen Nicki Minaj videos.
Yes.
Okay.
But now I think people are sucking out this stuff. Have you seen what's her name? Kim Kardashian?
Oh, is it smaller now?
Yeah. There's like
I thought she never did her butt.
well, she must have lost a lot of weight. in her
Allegedly.
butt.
Allegedly.
She's the only one who can spot reduce.
Yes, that's what she did.
Okay, so 3 years. Did you have a med spa before that, or is this your first med spa?
No, this is my So I was I've been a nurse practitioner since 2017. Then I worked for 2 other physicians under them, and then just kind of decided to branch out and open up my own place. I didn't know anything about opening up a business. I didn't even know what an LLC was. I'm all googling this at 2 in the morning, like how do you get an LLC? Long story short, I was just going to end up doing better on my own, and I could see it coming. Right, so I'm like, well, let's just open up, and I can't take all the credit. One of my coworkers is not working with us anymore because she moved away. She's like, why are you doing this for somebody else whenever you could just be doing it on your own?
Exactly.
Because I don't have any balls.
You went from not even knowing what an LLC was, Googling it, to then open a business,
Yes.
get a location. Like,
Yes.
what was that process like for you?
It was really kind of a nightmare. And I think it was seriously, and I'm kind of being funny, but I'm kind of not, like by the grace of God that it even happened.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything. My husband was like, do it. Like, you know, what do you have to lose? Like before I started doing injections and like the aesthetics things myself, I would go to places, right? And I'm like, oh, I hate going to that place because you have to park so far away. So I'm keeping those things into consideration,
notes,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, we thought the location that we're at now was pretty centralized. The parking space is huge. It was almost like, and I know this might sound cliche, but it really did, everything just sort of fell in my lap.
Okay. Just all at once.
Yes.
It was like,
I mean,
just came
So
together.
everything fell into place, yeah.
Yeah, everything did. I mean, I was still working at the other place. We have a concierge program, which is I can be your primary provider. So at the other place I was working at, the guy was like, hey, I want to sign up for concierge. And I was like, okay, great. You'll enjoy it. It's, you know, got great perks, but I won't be here. So just to kind of let you know. And he's like, well, where are you going? Do you need a loan? And he just happened to be a banker. And I'm like, well, yeah, I do need a loan. Actually, I'm Googling up that too.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, I did have a business plan written up,
Yeah.
but still working on it. And those are horrible to do your business plan, right? He's like, I don't even care. I don't need your business plan. Just give me the money part. I just want to see your numbers. 6 days later, I'm signing papers for like a loan.
Did y'all open like a few months before the pandemic started?
Yes. So we opened
my
in
gosh.
October and then like literally March.
March.
Yeah. If I had a crystal ball and would have said, hey, if you open this in October, you're going to go through this COVID pandemic, I'd be like, nope, I'm out.
What's the sort of ratio between med spas that have primary care versus don't? Is it more that do or don't?
There are a lot of medical spas that have nurse practitioners.
Okay.
And I think that is more of a common thing coming up as far as them utilizing, you know, that kind of portion of it.
Yeah.
I don't really know. When I first got my nurse practitioner, I worked for an OB-GYN. So I did a lot of women's health. I still do women's health. I treat women's health. I do diabetes. I do hormone replacement therapy. I do hypertension, anxiety, whatever there is, I can't speak for everybody else, but I feel like that not most med spas really do that.
Okay.
So I think that's one of the things that sets us apart.
Y'all do offer the primary care services.
Yes.
Do you accept insurance for that, or is it?
So that's the only thing. We do not accept insurance.
Okay.
I don't want the hassle. And
It's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of work. And sometimes it's easy for the patient because sometimes their insurance sucks, right? And then it doesn't pay very much. It's just more individualized,
Okay.
Yeah, it's less like a traditional doctor's office.
Yeah, it's not like, have a seat, ma'am.
Yeah.
He'll be with you in a moment.
And then they
we're not like
slam
that,
the...
Go open up your Highlights magazine and wait for...
Highlights. Oh my God.
So how did you even get into this field?
It was by chance. So I've been an RN since 98 and then decided to go back and get my nurse practitioner to work smarter, not harder. Because I'm like, I cannot be 65 years old and cleaning people's butt. The doctor that I was going to said, well, we're looking for a nurse practitioner. Why don't you come and interview? And I'm like, well, I was fixing to be done with school and it'd be good just to do an interview to kind of for practice and to see what do NPs get paid for out of school, I ended up loving women's health. And I felt like all the younger girls that were already going to this physician came to me and they were open with me and I could be open back and I'd be like, girl, I know how that feels, just because I get it as a woman.
Yeah.
Then the doctor was like, hey, let's start doing aesthetics. Never did I have anything, not one single intention of going to school and I'm going to go to school and I'm going to open up a medical spa and I'm going to do Botox and fillers. No, that was not the plan,
I always had an interest in nursing, but I didn't want to be practicing on my peers or my peers to be practicing on me.
Well, I will tell you that. So my middle daughter is in nursing school right now.
Okay.
So back when I was in nursing school, everything was way different because they don't have these fake arms and these fake things that you can practice stuff on, right? So we really did have to practice on each other. She told me just the other day that if they actually get caught practicing on each other, they could potentially get kicked out of school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we practice on each other.
School.
Now's your time.
Fake arms.
It's your time to shine.
Get those mannequin arms going.
There's fake vaginas, fake arms. I'm not lying. Fake heads.
You heard it first.
Fake vaginas.
Okay, let's be real. How much schooling did you have to do for this?
In my case, 2 years to get prereqs, 2 years to get my RN, then 18 months, so let's just say a whole nother 2 years, and then 3 years to get my nurse practitioner degree. That's 8 years?
Was there a surge in this, the injectable, especially lip fillers, and everyone was like, oh yeah, I have to have this now?
I think so. I don't know when it happened, but for sure it is a surge, and it's going to keep growing.
I feel like the Kardashians put this into motion.
They're all natural. And so am I.
Me too.
So what are the benefits of hormone replacement therapy for both men and women?
They're so great. Hormone replacement therapy is basically replacing hormones, and we're talking about testosterone and or estrogen for women. Guys don't get estrogen, I promise. We don't put estrogen in you.
Okay.
But so testosterone for guys and testosterone and or estrogen for women. Depends on if you've hit menopause or not. The primary thing is energy, sex drive. That's a big thing. Okay. Sleeping, moods, irritability, anxiety, depression. So people are coming in and they're tired and, they don't have motivation to go to the gym and then they don't have a sex drive and it's not working well and causing problems in the marriage or whatever. But it shouldn't be that way. Just because we're getting older, we don't have to feel older. And so I feel like mid-30s, our testosterone levels just naturally start to decline.
Interesting.
So you come in and you get a blood test, and that's how we find out.
And you recommend people start doing this men and women mid-30s?
Yes, or when you start noticing.
Okay, let's talk about the rewards program that y'all have at Touch of Sass.
Are you talking about just our personal rewards program?
Because y'all have your own, and then there's one that's also called... Allie, thank you.
So our rewards program is every time you come into the spa, every dollar amount that you spend reflects onto our little rewards program, right? And so say you're at the lowest tier. Well, you may get a free B12 shot a month or a free Slim shot a month, all the way up to you can get a free HydraFacial and you can get 10 minutes of Botox or whatever. So it just depends on how much that you spend. So that's our rewards program. Then Botox has its own kind of rewards program.
Okay.
And it's the Allie program. And then we also carry Dysport, and Dysport or Galderma has their own rewards program also, and that is the Aspire program.
So you have your own from Touch of Sass, and then Botox has its own, Dysport has its own.
I mean, I love a rewards program.
Yeah, it's a loyalty program, right? It's you're going to get discounts. You're going to be doing it anyway.
And everybody likes free stuff.
Ulta, they never have the gift with
purchase. Yeah, and then we got the thing. She goes, "Oh, I got the thing," and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we sold out of that."
I'm like, so take the sign down.
Right?
I didn't really need this shape tape.
Well, then I take it
but I
back.
bought it.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
But no, I've really been wanting the shape tape, so I still bought it. Like, when did the HydraFacial kind of like start gaining in popularity? Like, I feel like I'm seeing more people talk about them.
HydraFacials are a little more corrective. So exfoliating all the dead skin, right? So you're going to get all the dead skin cells off so that you can really get to the core and extract all this stuff. And then you're going to infuse. So while your pores are wide open and ready to like just get all the goodness.
Drink it all in.
Yeah. Then you infuse it with antioxidants or, stuff for redness, or it might be stuff for if you're dry, So then you infuse those open pores with all the good stuff. And so it does really help with fine lines and wrinkles, and it helps with collagen building, and then it just helps with kind of getting all the stuff out, right? The gunk.
Yeah,
Actually,
Is that what's in that vial that
it's
like
the gunk.
What is that? Like, that's coming out of your
all
face?
the stuff that came out of your skin?
And it's so glorious. Like, you're a gunky junkie, and that's like the little kind of term, I guess, from HydraFacial. And I feel like if you do HydraFacials, then everybody's a little bit of a gunky junkie because you want to see all this stuff. And so whenever someone comes in and, the stuff that you're infusing and extracting and stuff, it goes into this little cylinder. When it's over, you can see how much came out, right?
Yeah,
how much was extracted. And then if it's not very much, we're like, they're boring.
Do you like watch like the TikToks of like people like pimple poppers and all that?
Yes, and I also do that too. So, if you come in and you have like a...
Well, you pop pimples?
I pop them.
Let me pitch something to you.
Boy.
This is the part of the podcast where I pitch ideas because I'm a think tank.
Yeah.
I know that you are busy. You own the business. You don't have a lot of time, but I feel like you need a YouTube channel.
I don't know how to do a YouTube.
Well,
you're like, well, I do.
Well. You're in luck, Chrissy. Those YouTube channels, and I've seen them, they have millions and millions of views.
So much money.
So much money to be made from the stuff that you're doing already.
I need you to help me.
Man, we're going to do this. We'll call it Gunky Junkie. Don't take that. For anybody who hasn't been, what's the aesthetic? What's the style when you walk in there? Like, what's the vibe?
Okay, so the vibe is, it's so laid back. It really is. I mean, it's cute, right? I think it's very cute, but literally, if you just roll out of bed, you don't have to dress up. And I feel like sometimes when people go to places like this, they feel like, oh my gosh, I have to have my hair done and I have to, whatever. No, you just come in, and Rayleigh is the girl that sits at the front, right? And she will welcome you, and there's no judgment, right?
Yeah.
Zero.
Rayleigh is so nice. And I told you this when I was in there, but like energy is like a little intoxicating because it was fantastic. Because I was tired when I walked in there. I think it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's, when I'm ready for my nap. And by the time I got into the back with you, I was like, I drank 2 cups of coffee. I'm like, I am ready to go. Because that energy was like so great.
Yeah, you need that.
And that's how we want it. We want you just feel comfortable, and it's fun, and it's non-intimidating, and, like, you just come, and, hey, you want some Botox, girl? And, whatever. By the time you walk out the door, we're going to be like, okay, have fun on your trip. Next time you come back, tell us all about it.
This is like, it's my friends.
Yes, exactly. And we give hugs.
I'm going to hang out.
Yeah. HydraFacials are going. And our microneedling with radio frequency, which we call it's our Scarlet, that's a happening thing too.
Wait, hold on. Explain what is happening? Radio frequencies. What's happening?
Yes. So it's microneedling. So microneedling's like it's almost like a little tattoo gun, kind of, right? What we do is we numb your face up, and once you're nice and numb, these little needles go in and out kind of motion. So you may not get like the bloody-ish face, but it's still doing the same. In fact, probably more, because ours is paired with radio frequency. So radio frequency is like a laser type frequency that goes deep into the dermis, and it tightens skin. So these little needles that go in and out of your face are causing little micro injuries. So it's like tearing up your face, right? So then your body's like, whoa.
Oh, it goes into healing mode.
Yes. Okay. Your body's like, what's going on here? We got to fix this. And that's where you get your collagen production. And so collagen production helps with tighter skin and smoother skin. And plus it helps with decreasing pore size and helping with your sunspots and your discolorations and fine lines and wrinkles. Then here comes the laser, boom, the radio frequency, tightening the skin even more because it goes deeper into the dermis to help with the skin tightening.
How often does somebody come in and go, I saw this on TikTok, this is what I want? Is this a lot? Is it a lot?
It's a lot, and maybe not necessarily TikTok, but on other famous injectors, like their Instagram. I saw so-and-so, do this or whatever. Yeah, that's a thing. And here's maybe our downfall is that we maybe don't advertise all the things that we do enough. Yeah, everybody knows we do Botox and fillers and maybe some hormone replacement therapy and stuff like that. But literally, we do all the things. For example, lip flip. Lip flips have been around for a long time. And that is basically injecting Botox into the muscle right above your lip. And it sort of relaxes your lip muscle. Top lip looks like a little bit fuller.
Okay.
Well, I've been doing that to decrease the lines above your mouth, which we call smoker's lines, right?
Okay, right.
So then here comes this trend, lip flip. And I'm like, I haven't been doing that, you know?
So you got to coin these terms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gunky junky.
Yeah.
I heard with like a lip flip though that like it's hard to drink out of a straw.
It can be, yeah. Okay. And there's different layers of the muscle, right? And so you don't want to go too deep, but it's hard because everyone's anatomy is different, right? Yeah. Whenever I gave myself a lip flip, which I just would rather have filler than a lip flip because I'm going for the volume. Anyway, so I did it. I went to go brush my teeth when it kicked in. I was going to spit, right? Like, could not form the circle.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, and here comes the water, just like falling out, you know? Yes.
Do you handle all the social media? Is it you, or do you have a team, or?
No, I do all the social media, and I really would rather not, but I feel like, when you're trying to build your brand, it has to be kind of who you are. And so I've had a lot of people say, hey, I can do this, and I'll do your social media or whatever. Let me give you some pictures and some content that I might want you to put to see how they do it, right? Like look through my social media and see what my personality is, which is goofy and funny and, whatever. Or I try to be. At least I think I'm funny.
Yeah, you are funny.
Yeah.
Then they're, it's not exactly what I want, and I don't want it to be boring or snooty, because we're not. If it's bloopers, that's even better, right? Because I think that's funnier.
What's your biggest source of new clients? Is it word of mouth, or is it?
Completely word of mouth. The only reason I felt like I could open my own place was because I already had a following. I was a nurse practitioner in Odessa, right? And then I worked at the previous place that I worked at, and I had a following from there.
Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to get into this industry? I mean, I feel like it's booming.
It is. Okay. And it is a little bit scary because, you think, there's a med spa open on every single corner these days, If you're interested, and I do have a lot of people all the time that ask me, how do you do this, and how did you get started, and I'll tell them, I don't mind, but if you want to do it, you just got to do it. If you want to do it, do it. Yeah. Start Googling the stuff, and maybe you would be more advanced than I was, but you just got to do it.
Thanks a lot, Chrissy.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.